Hi everyone, I am Rebecca DeGroot and I'm going to give you kind of a very thorough introduction through giving you a shop tour. So, I wanted to start you out in the garage where I do a lot of my work, but since it's summer right now, it's really hot, so I'm trying to kind of take everything inside when I can. But I'm gonna give you like a little mini tour. So I'm gonna get my camera hopefully flipped around so that I can continue and show you everything I've got going on in the shop space out in my garage. So here we go. First, we're gonna start with just inside the shop door. I've got kind of a wood area. So along this first wall, we've got shelves designating the different types of wood. So I've got all of my exotics up there, or at least most of them. I've got a ton of cherry, and we move into mahogany and some flame box elder and some other kind of miscellaneous type wood. And then we've got underneath there's two more shelves, and those two shelves are both walnut. So I get a lot of walnut from friends and people who have cutoffs, and I just end up with them. So that's why I have so many of those. And I'm gonna probably have quite a few of these in progress areas. So right here we've got some plaques that I've been working on for something that you'll see on the way out of the shop. And then I've got this one walking finial that I've also been working on. So you can see that it's been dyed black and then it's just been finished with some satin satin deft lacquer. So that is, I'm pretty sure, finished and ready to go. I've got quite a few coats on there. I've got my sanding station. So you can see I've got some skateboard material stacked up on this sander, and I like to have both of my sanders because I can do the rough sanding on this one that's got like an 80 grit pad on it, and then I can do my more refined sanding on this one that's got, I think, 220 on it right now. I've got an extra lathe out in here, and this is kind of just my outside lathe. Got my miter box, but I rarely use it. That's why it's tucked back in the corner. Got my dust collection system. Pretty fancy, I know. I've got a box ready to go out. We've got some spalted wood over here that I'm planning on making some earrings out of, and then I really like these bowls as kind of a tool to organize things and just kind of like my toss all, but I try to keep them organized so that I can kind of separate the different items I'm tossing in. I've got my long material in the back, so some longer boards that'll go all the way up to the ceiling, and I'm not entirely sure how long that section is, but it's tall. They're tall pieces. All right, got more. Got a lot of ash and oak in this shelf and maybe some other lighter material. I just found out that I'm allergic to ash, so I'm trying to stay away from a lot of those. And then I've got a ton of maple, and it kind of varies between soft and hard and figured. I've got a lot of ambrosia in there. You can see some of it there, some more of it over here, and then we've also got some spalted and curly maple over here. I've got some, kind of another pile of it. There's maple all over the place. We've got some mesquite cutoffs over here. Got my little bucket of sidewalk chalk in case I want to go outside and play in the sidewalk. I was actually just recording something for something eventually, so that's what I've got going on my bandsaw right now. And if you follow me on, well, really most of the social platforms, but if you can think of a good name for my bandsaw, please let me know because I'm trying to think of something clever. It's a Laguna, so help me out. All right, this whole shelf right here, the whole thing, is kind of dedicated to skateboards and reclaimed skateboards. So I go to the skate shops and I reclaim this material, so I don't just go and buy the stuff. We've got boards that are either really, 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 really done in, or they are completely broken. Like we've got a lot of multi-pieced boards, as you might call them. They're broken into like 2 or 3 pieces. You can actually see some of the broken edges right here that I've got glued into a blank. And then I process them, and then I separate them into the different parts of the board. So this bucket right here is the best because that's the center of the board. It's all ready to go. It's super flat. And then I've got some others that are already made into some pieces that are ready to glue up. This one in particular can make a really nice diagonal pen blank. But yeah, there's that. We've got a table over here that's kind of my workstation for when I'm carving. Got my carving tree over here. And then it's just kind of a catch-all. This is what I'll be working on if I'm out in the garage and I want a table space. I'll be out here. And you can see I've been playing with some kind of interesting stamps. I do a lot of this stamp making, block printing type stuff, so these are some of them that I've got that I haven't used yet, but I've got a whole big container of them that I have used, and then this was the last couple designs that I have made, so those I've just printed. So over here we can see my Fordham, nice beautiful thing, and all my saber-tooth burrs. They are amazing. Got my planer hiding over there in the back under some stuff. I don't use it very regularly, but I am planning on making a couple boxes, so I might be using it soon. We've got this little guy that's in progress. I need to work on him. We've got a joiner over here. It's just covered up right now because I rarely use that. We've got another thing covered over here. That is another lathe, and I'm probably going to try to sell it eventually. It's a nice, good-sized general lathe. Oh, and then we have a dinosaur. Hello, dinosaur. That's not just any dinosaur, it's a dinosaur suit. So I get all up inside it and walk around. Its arms are articulated, the elbows actually move too. The mouth, hello, closes if I want it to, opens when I smack it, but there's also some mechanisms inside. You can see there's some panels here that I can actually see out of on the front and on the side, so I can see all over the place. And then the tail moves too. I'll show you that when I get around to that. We've got this nice little glue station. Ooh, and I've got a nice little tub. This is going to kind of give you a sneak peek to the tub situation that I've got going on. I just bought some Bessie clamps. These are nice so far. I'm really enjoying them to glue up some of the skateboard material. So I got those glued up. These are the really difficult area to work with because they've got this interesting compound curve going on here. Yeah. Oh, we have the very first sketch of the You Made That podcast logo. It's completely different now, but that was kind of the Genesis sketch. I'm still trying to figure out a name for my table saw too. I would like to have something clever, just like with the bandsaw, but who knows if that'll happen. It's hot out here because it's Texas, so I have to have a box fan. And then we'll go over into this corner. I said I'd show you the tail. So that's fully articulated too. The legs used to be, but then it just got way too heavy. So I fixed the legs and now it's just going to be on some casters. We've got an area over here where I've got some interesting finishes and then a lot of vinegar. So for my ebonizing that I do, I've got a lot of vinegar. There's a welder that I really want to try, and I've been telling everybody that I'm going to try, and I will. This is where the rest of the maple is, or at least most of it. I've got my tool wall that's got all sorts of tools and things and all the bandsaws that I need to send in to either get sharpened or fixed because they broke. There we have clamp rack. I need to slow down. I've got more things and stuff organized into more tubs, just depending on what it is. Like I've got the ratchet clamps there, I've got screwdrivers, some digital type things over there, I've got drill bits and other things, pliers and stuff, wires, strings, general hardware things. It's all crazy. But here we have my resin casting area. Ooh, resin casting, so nice. I've got a Binks pressure pot who's named Jar Jar. Oh, and the planer back over there, its name is Severus Snipe. I thought that was clever. Okay, so we've got my resin area, got my silicone molds, got my PVC molds, got my dies, HDPE plastic material in both of these so that I can make my own molds like these. We've got a bunch of burls. These ones are all wrapped up. They've been baking, and what I have is the weight. Oops. I wrote the weight on it from when they were baked, like right out of the oven, and then I wrapped it up as well as I could, and I've found that as long as I weigh it before I unwrap it, if it's around the same weight, if it hasn't gained any weight, that means it hasn't really absorbed any moisture or not very much. So burl, burl, burl in here, a bunch of little pieces. This one will have to be rebaked because I use Alumilite and it doesn't show. So I use Alumilite slow, and if that has water in the material, then there is a really nasty reaction that looks a lot like this. like this, where it bubbles really, really badly, and then you have a terrible blank, but it looks kind of cool. But it doesn't turn very well. Finishes, spray finishes and spray paints. Oh, in progress things. We've got my little wall hung mushrooms. So these I'm going to put on my Etsy pretty soon, Rebecca DeGroot Studio. I haven't done it yet because nothing's glued in yet from the mushroom to the base. I need to put another coat of finish on the front here. And they just simple wall hanging piece that's super cool, I hope. Got a couple different designs, got the maple mushrooms, and then this one, I wasn't paying attention and then I was stupid because the plaque is upside down. Yay! So that one, I'll either drill another little hole here and put another little, whatever this sawtooth clip thing is, or completely redo it. We'll find out what I'm gonna do. And then we've got this bin that I actually meant to take into my lathe room. So yeah, we're pretty much ready to go in there anyways, but I'm gonna show you these cool sketches on the way in. Look at those neat things. Those are all things that I'm hoping to make someday. All right, gonna bring this in. And here we go. Okay, so we are in the lathe room now. This is the room that I spend most of my time when I'm working on stuff, just because I spend probably more time on the lathe than I do carving or cutting or doing whatever else. So I'm going to give you a quick tour around, but here you get kind of a brief look before I switch the view again. Okay, once again, we're going to start as I enter the room. We have some PPE. We've got my turning smock, my air face mask thing from Trend. I like this one. I don't remember the name of it. Air something. Pro something. I don't remember. I'll try to look it up. All of my cool lathe accessories, at least on one side of the room. We've got a chart. Some other things. This is really cool finial steady rest type of a thing. Some calipers all over the wall, lots of easy wood tools. One more, no, I guess this is the third lathe you guys have seen so far. So this one, it's covered all in pink because I bring it to a lot of things. And I don't want it to go missing, and I don't want anybody to confuse it for somebody else's lathe. It's got an easy chuck on it from Easy Wood Tools. Oh, I'm allergic to a lot of woods, which I think I mentioned earlier, so this helps because it creates that skin barrier so that I don't react as much if I do have to be around woods that I'm allergic to or I react to. Got my band-aids, got my little things, and got a penguin. Isn't he cute? This is one of the demos that I do. You guys will see all the tubs in a minute. Got a cool sandpaper organizer that I got from, I think, Golden Triangle? Yeah, Golden Triangle Woodturners when I went and did a demo for them in Denton, Texas. That was cool. My Veritas dovetail saw, which I love so much. All 3 varieties of tape that I usually use, some face plates, a level, a shelf full of cool blanks. This is kind of what the skateboard material ends up in looking like in blank form. Herringbone, diagonal, pinwheel, and then the diagonal, no, not the diagonal, the herringbone blanks, I use them to make these ornament pieces, which I will show you in a moment. Got tons of CA glue, more CA glue, some India ink back there for making things black, but I haven't used it yet on wood. Ooh, and some in progress shrooms. Check those out. All just a plate full of body parts. Ooh, but then the tub that I grabbed from outside is one of the finished pieces. So this one's done, all assembled and ready to go. Check it out. Oh my gosh, look at that detail. Ooh, so nice. Got a couple of those. This one still needs legs. This one is also done. Again. Wow. I love the way that looks. That's so cool. This one's cherry, walnut, and maple. The other one's all walnut, and then there's a variety of species over there. So I'll set those to the side. More turning blanks and turning things. This is my card holder. Every once in a while I'm able to go to a show where I can actually set up a little area with my cards, and usually people want the card holder more than anything else. It's a shame. Alright, so we've got some carved components. We've got some transtant dies. If you look on my Instagram, you'll see the sweet organizational tool that I put inside there to make sure that the transtants actually fit. Diagonal skateboard pen blanks, so that those tubs out there that were all just little pieces, these are them glued up. I've got all the grabby tools. Oh, and some eyeballs. That's a secret. Got some rubber chuckies, lots of them. They're so beautiful. Reverse sticky chucks, that's just what I call them, but I use them primarily for turning pendants and things. All right, close that. Ooh, more mushrooms and a little box without a lid. I still need to finish that. More turning blanks, lots and lots of turning blanks, ready to go. We've got some sharpening stuff in here. There's not very much, but it's for sharpening. Rikon, slow speed, 8-inch bench grinder. And it's still the original stones, but I would like to upgrade to a CBN wheel. We've got my drill press and drill press Guardian, the dinosaur. This drill press is nice, but it kind of also sucks because it wobbles just a little bit. My label maker, one of my best friends. All of my tech things, well, is really just to charge my camera and mount the camera. Lots of drill bits in varying sizes and in the wrong holes. Wrong hole. But there's not one small enough. All right, so cool things, cool stuff, lots of things and stuff. This is the first sphere that I ever turned freehand. This was a cube that I turned. That was an interesting project, but I'm not done. I still need to figure out. So I did these kind of interesting things, but I wanted to do it on all 6 sides, and I'm still missing the last 3 sides. One of the clubs that I'm part of, the Gulf Coast Woodturners Association, they're a cool club. This is an in-progress thing that I started and then I stopped. These are more of the burls that I wrapped up. Look, another piece. And more burls. Ooh. And then more burls. And more burls. And more burls. This whole thing is just burls. We've got, what is this, lathe number 4 that I have just set up with my buffing wheels, my Beal buffing system, and then some things that are ready to be buffed. If you're interested in getting some sweet earrings, these are most of them, the ones that are actually buffed out, are on my Etsy. Some more random things. And here we've got earrings, more earrings, a ring, a pendant. We'll see more. My fancy wood burner from Coalwood, I think? Yeah. Coalwood wood burner. Some extra stuff stored back there, some more things and stuff. That's the box for the wood burner. And another box fan because it's also hot in here. More CA glues. Ooh. This, let me turn on another light. This is just a small sampling of things that I have not yet finished. So we've got one of the pendants that I turned off of one of the blanks, but I still have yet to finish the back. But the front is all buffed because I wanted to see how it looked. And isn't that pretty? I like it. Got some other ones that it's just sanded, not finished, not buffed, but I also need to finish the back. That seems to be a trend. It's all pretty, except for the back. Ooh, this one, the back is finished, but the front needs some work. You can kind of see there's some inconsistency. So, lots of stuff and things. Ooh. Oh, this is what the pinwheel blank looks like after it's turned. Isn't that nice? I think it is anyways. And there we have more stuff. So we've got some hybrid blanks, and that is just packed full of hybrid blanks. I don't even know if I'll be able to open it without it all falling out. I think these are just more turning blanks and some turning kits. So not pens or anything, but like, little test tube type things, but we've got a shoehorn in there. I think there's a couple ice cream scoops. Just if I feel like doing something, oh yeah, coffee scoop. if I feel like doing something simple and I just want to do like a spindle or something, I can just easily go to that and just do something that's already in a kit, and I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to plan, I just have to do it. All right, so we've got more wood underneath. So I've got a tub full of my finial blanks, some platter blanks, and possible bowl blanks. I don't know what this is gonna be. I think it's probably another platter blank. I don't remember what that is. We've got some compressed wood over here. If you've never used it before, it's really cool. You can actually soak it in water and then bend it into cool shapes. And yeah, it's really neat. Back there. Yeah, here we go. But I skipped a section. So underneath the other two areas, so the first, oh my goodness. The first area, the first bench under the third lathe, has got the start of my demo tubs. So we've got not a demo, just a bunch of legs carved, more legs carved, legs for days. And then the first demo, variations on a vase. That one is complicated. Ask me if you're interested. Some more examples of the compressed wood. Paintbrushes, Sputnik sea urchins. Here's another one. Pretty cool. Wow. Earrings. Bangles and rings, lots of pendants. Those are cool. I really enjoy them, and that's why I like my resin casting area so much. Got some cool documents, more blanks, and more wood. Lots of wood. I have so much wood. All right, now here we have every single one of these is a different demo, which I'm really excited about. So we've got walking mushrooms, walking bowls, walking boxes, ornaments, goblets, finials, scoops, turned boxes, bottle stoppers and bottle openers, snowmen and Christmas trees, gnomes, and penguins, which you saw one of. So lots and lots and lots of cool things. And then all the way over here, we've got not quite the last lathe. The last lathe is actually under there, and you're not going to be able to see it because I'm not going to unpack all that. But we've got the Harvey, which is the main lathe that I use that's set up with another tool wall with more tools. Lots of gizmos and gadgets over there, lots of cool things. But the Harvey is nice. Ooh, I'm winded. Harvey lathe, stickers for More Tooth Designs, a couple of them. I'm actually keeping to where it's supposed to be and keeping my utility knife on the thing. Put that back where it belongs. That is not blood, but it is a cool lathe. And if you're interested, I'm a distributor and I can sell you one. So we've got lots of cool stuff. Don't pull that. More PPE. And then we have my camera setup, kind of a deal. So I have a 3 camera setup. Not that one. That one's not plugged into anything. But I do have the above camera pointing straight down. We've got the tailstock camera pointing straight over. I can just angle it if I want to. And then we've got the third camera right there. And if I want to, I can turn on my ring light. It makes the room kind of hot, but it's okay. It's kind of what I need to do if I actually want my face to be lit and not look like a troll. This is for my podcast. I have to hold this up for myself every once in a while because I can't stop talking. That's going somewhere else. I use this to cover my coffee cup if I'm going to be turning because I know it's not going to go anywhere because it's heavy enough, but I want to really turn this into an actual fitted coffee cup thing. And then we've got some stickers. Soko, Choco. And then Missing Digit Woodshop. Hello, Joel. And the rest of the stickers all over there. Lots of them from all sorts of people. And I tried to kind of keep them in order at first, like that's the first sticker I got, second, third, and it went across until it got to this area, and then I was like, well that won't fit there, so I'll put it there, and then this one came next, and then it just got all chaotic. But it really is kind of from the top down, and I still need to put those ones up. So, yeah. And then we have lots of things. These are all chuck jaws from the previous chucks that I had. And I now have a new chuck system from Axminster that I want to try out. We've got this sweet sandpaper setup here. And then more sandpaper. This sandpaper is from Klingspor. I really like it. It's their gold roll. They're nice. They're sturdy and heavy duty. And then I've got these for sanding inside small vessels. I've got these for measuring the wall thickness of small vessels. I've got all of my different sizes of Allen wrenches that I need for the different things that I do. Like I said, this moves pretty easily. I just need to kind of fix it depending on where it is or where it needs to be pointed to. I just sharpened my scraper into a negative rake scraper, so I haven't tested to see how that looks yet. These are nice, wonderful Thompson tools, custom made for Rebecca DeGroot. That's me. And then more easy wood tools. We've got the basic set. We've got mini hollowers, larger hollowers, micro detailer, super small, and then there's some extra Thompson tools here that I don't have handles for yet, but I'd like to make some. And then Yorkshire grass, look at that. I use this all the time. It's what gives me such a nice finish on those pendants and things. Okay. I think that's it. I'm pretty sure. I don't think I missed anything, but if I did, I'm sure you'll let me know. So that's me for now. If you do have any questions, you can find me on Facebook, just under my name, Rebecca DeGroot, or Instagram at Rebecca_DeGroot. I have lots of stuff on Instagram to show like more process photos and videos and explanations and just random stuff all over there. I think I'm more on Instagram than I am on anything else. But yeah, if you want to reach out, reach out. If you want to have a comment, if you want to subscribe, you can. Although this is the first video, so who knows if you are interested at all. Okay.